Hello, welcome to my channel, Fun Online Teaching and Learning. It's good to see you here. So we will continue our learning experience throughout the channel. So if you didn't check it out yet, I encourage you to look at the soft skills recording series, which you will learn about email management, PowerPoint presentation skills, technical writings, teams and motivations, and all this kind of fun stuff about soft skills. Today's topic is fishbone diagrams, which is a great tool when you want to do brainstorming, and that's an easy, simple tool that you will be able to use during your brainstorming sessions. Today, I will go ahead and explain a little bit about brainstorming, and we will deep dive into common rules, and I'll show you what really fishbone diagrams looks like, and we will do a hands-on activity about fishbones. And I want you to please leave comments about your solutions for this hands-on activity. So what is brainstorming? Do you know this man here? Okay, so he's Alex Osborne. He published 1953 a paper about group thinking sessions, which was developed 1939 but never published until 1953. So he's the person to know and think about brainstorming. What is brainstorming? It's basically pulling ideas from the entire team regarding to a problem, a subject, a project, a goal, a topic that you want to solve. So basically, you get together with a team of experts or involved parties. They don't have to be experts, and you want to pull ideas from them as a team. Okay, that's brainstorming. It does not necessarily require the team to be in the same room, especially nowadays. With COVID, we learned a lot how to do online meetings and how to get together online. So it doesn't have to be the same room, but my experience is that if they get together in the same room, it'll be more fruitful and there will be more interactions and more ideas. So many tools developed to help organize and focus the brainstorming tools, which these can be used regardless of your modality to have to get together. Even though you get together on a simple room, a conference room, a meeting room, you can use Miro, Mural, Lucid Park, or any online platform like that. Even you meet online, just purely online, you can still use those. They are very beneficial. So one of the tools that you can use during the brainstorming is fishbone diagram. So what you want to do in brainstorming is basically you're trying to get 1 plus 1 greater than 2. We all know that 1 plus 1 is 2, but how can we do this greater than 2, right? That's the power of team. That's the power of brainstorming. Is there any way that we can get 1 plus 1 greater than 2? That's the problem we're going to solve. We want to be more efficient. We want to avoid risks. We want to manage our projects better. So brainstorming is key. I want to cover some rules, very important rules for brainstorming. If you ever gonna be involved in one as a participant, or if you're gonna facilitate it, or if your team will be conducting a brainstorming session but you're not the facilitator, in any case you need to know these common rules. First of all, it requires a facilitator. Somebody needs to send emails, somebody needs to book the room, somebody needs to print out if anything needed, somebody needs to take the minutes. So somebody needs to be a facilitator, but it's really loosely connected team, which is not really stifling any ideas. So the job of facilitator is basically just to capture the ideas, not direct them, not suppress them, not neglect them. Just you want to capture all the ideas without inhibiting the thought process. That's very important. So an experienced facilitator will be more helpful. Well, I recommend the facilitator to bring some pizza to the event. Okay, usually brainstorming events can be 2 to 4 hours long, or sometimes if it's a day long you really need this lunch, it's pizza and drinks. So if you have fun, if people know that they're going to have fun, they will definitely come to your meeting. The second most important rule is there are no dump ideas, period. Okay, no dump idea is an idea, and we need all the ideas. Okay, so it's a brainstorming session. You don't need to be serious. Your solutions doesn't have to be applicable directly and right away. They don't have to be serious. Actually, we encourage you to think out of the box. So even not serious solutions are even better appreciated. This is a this is important to keep the entire team involved. Think about it. Somebody recommends something, and then facilitator or the manager says, "Oh, what a dumb idea is this?" Think about the other participants. What do you think in the next round of questions? Will anybody participate? Exactly. So you will not be able to get any ideas from the group. How about your next brainstorming session? Well, basically, they will avoid your next session if you need anything like this 6 months later, 1 year later. If you need another group brainstorming, they will not want to be part of that brainstorming. Okay, so keep the entire team involved. Don't criticize other people's ideas. Welcome crazy ideas, welcome out of the box ideas, welcome strange ideas, welcome weird ideas, any ideas. There's no weird idea, there's no dumb idea. Okay, you don't have to discuss the idea, you don't have to debate, you don't have to find the correct idea. There is no correct idea. You don't have to impose your seniority or superior knowledge. You don't have to show off your skills. Okay, what we want is just to collect the ideas. Another one, built on other people's idea. So one of the things that I see in the brainstorming sessions, people try to originate a new idea. No, that's good, but at one time the ideas will be saturated. So what you want to do is build on other people's idea. It's okay. It's all okay to build other people's idea. Okay. So maybe somebody's idea just trigger a bigger or better idea in you, so you can definitely build on other people's idea. There may be variations, right? There may be variations of ideas, so they don't have to be similar. They don't have to be the same. They can be similar, they can be seen from different perspectives, right? So definitely built on other people's idea. And if you are ever the facilitator, you want to cover these rules before your session, so everybody gets familiarity what the brainstorming is expected to be, how it's expected to be done. Maybe this is the most important that I'm trying to emphasize, right? Reverse the thought of quality over quantity. So what you want to do is get the quality ideas over quantity, which means instead of getting a lot of ideas, instead of trying to get the quality ideas, which you might start arguing, discussing the validity, the correctness, the seriousness, the relevance of ideas. Instead of that, definitely build on your quantity. 60 idea is better than one idea. 2 idea is better than one idea. Okay, because prioritizing the ideas, trying to select which ones to implement is the second phase of brainstorming. We're talking about the first phase of the brainstorming. We want quantity. The more is the better. The more ideas are the better. Last one, but maybe the most important again. Well, all of them are, I guess, important, right? Do not judge ideas, but what you can do is ask clarifying questions. For example, somebody said, okay, we can increase the students' effectiveness, student performance in the school district by doing this and that, and you don't want to say, okay, how do you think such an idea, right? That's a weird idea. Instead of that, ask them, what kind of students are you talking about? What level are you talking about? Elementary school, middle school, high school, right? So ask clarifying questions, or say, okay, what do you think about the financial aspect, right? Financial impacts, right? So you can ask those kind of clarifying questions, or you can say, okay, which business process do you mean, right? Yeah. So there will be a little better understanding of what the idea is without judging it. So what does it look like, right? So it's also called fishbone diagram, Ishikawa diagram, cause and effect matrix. It looks like something like that. Let me see. Before I go there, I want to talk about the it it identifies the potential causes and risk and failure, right? It's a great brainstorming tool. Well, it really extremely works well with non-technical and also technical people. Okay, so it works with cross-functional teams. So there will be engineers, marketers, right? Advertisement people, finance guys. So with all this diverse group of people and expertise and background, it worked great because it's simple. It's very simple to use. It's very simple to implement. You don't even need a requirement training, right? A large, and this little video will help you pull out one. Okay, but it does require a facilitator, of course, which is you. Okay, in your company, in your team, if someone says, hey, does anybody know how to do brainstorming and use fishbone diagram, I want you to raise your hand. Okay, so here are the examples. So let me give you a brief description of how to read this fishbone diagram. So here goes the problem. So if you look at this fishbone diagram, poor quality product is the problem of what they're trying to solve, or what they're trying to avoid, right? And then these are called main bones, which is the management, workers, raw materials, machine, technology, working conditions. And these are called little bones. For example, noise, illumination, humidity, temperature. These are little bones that are clustered in working conditions. So where does the main bone come from? So normally, man, machine, material is a good way to start. But in your company, you can use any of these and then also add more depending on the nature of your business operations. Okay. So it's another one. There are many softwares out there. Okay, I'm not talking about softwares. I'm just talking about the philosophy of the fishbone diagram. So man, machine, methods, material is a good way to start. So here you can see, make it a little bit fun. Make it a little bit fun. Okay, man, machine, method, material. It's a good way to start. But you can add, if you are a supply chain company, of course you want to add something like logistics or transport, or you are a software company that you want to do something related to networks or computers or IT. Okay, so definitely tailor it, but it gets really, really crowded. Okay, so process steps. So first, define the problem or the opportunity in a brief statement. So where does this go? This goes to the head of the fish. Okay, define the problem. I must say that's the most difficult part, because first of all, to define the problem, you need to realize it and you need to be able to frame it, and even more than that, you need to get everybody sign on it and understand the same thing and agree with the problem definition. Okay, start with again 4M, man, machine, material, methods, but of course men changed to person, so it's formerly for M, but now it's P3M. This basically helps us organize and cluster the solutions. Okay, cluster the solutions. Definitely you can use your own scheme, and depending on the operations, the major operations, the mainstream of your operations in your company. And then open the brainstorming. After you open, generate as many ideas as possible. We want to reverse quality over quantity. Okay, we want quantity. No criticism, no dump idea. After the team or the participant has exhausted the idea, the ideas are saturated, then the discussion begins. Okay, now we can discuss about the quality or the importance or the priority of the ideas. Okay, relevance, yeah. So at this moment we want to keep the team positive. That's the moment that right after pizza possibly, right? Pizza and drinks, people will be happy and they will contribute more. And then have each team members and participants rank the bones, the ideas, right? Start with top 5 or 10, and then categorize, reduce, and analyze them, and gather the rankings from each member. Go around the room and collect them one by one, 1, 2, 3, and then you want to rank the bones, right? And now you can prioritize top 3, top 5, and then you can start talking about the potential causes or risks or the solutions of the problem and all of that. All right, so here are some more examples. And here's the fun part. So now I will give you a case study, and I will please leave comments below and say what kind of problems did you, or main bones and little bones, have you identified. So you use for main bones as we described, it can be P3M, person, machine, methods, and method. And you can add more bones if you would like. Label the risk in the box. What is the main bone, right? And include your new ones if you want, other than P3M. And then I want you to think about the 2 little bones in each main bone. For example, if you identify, machine, and identified 2 of them, identify on 2 of them at least. You can do more. Here's the scenario. Brainstorm the risk of prescription is written to the wrong patient, and plus pharmacy delivers the medicine. So there's it's 2 phases, right? One, the doctor prescribes the wrong medicine to wrong patient, and then pharmacy delivers the medicine. Okay, so just spend a few minutes, and please leave your comment below. What kind of little bones have you identified? For example, just I will give one of them, but first I want to show you this. You can use such a format in your brainstorming sessions in your team or company. So for example, only one of them I can say. For example, the pharmacy, maybe the printer ink was low, and then so the name was not really readable, or there may be more than 1 or 2 similar names, or the same names even at that moment, right? Then they may have delivered it to the wrong person. So think about these kind of possibilities, and please leave comments and like this video so we can continue doing these videos. Thank you so much. See you in another video.